Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to be responding to your assumptions about me. So I asked people on my Twitter, as well as on Tumblr, if people were feeling a little nervous, to send their assumptions about me to me, because I'm going to answer those. Now, I've been seeing this floating around, mostly I think the beauty YouTuber realm. I'm not sure if I've seen any booktubers or not do this. Maybe. I don't know. But they sound kind of fun, and I want to do kind of a fun video this weekend, so let's get into it. I'm not going to be saying anybody's username in case people are nervous or don't want to be like, yeah, I don't want to do that. The first assumption is that I have an excellent taste in music, and this person said they know that's true because they found the band Digital Daggers through me, and I think that I do. I'm a person who enjoys like alternative rock, as you can probably tell from everything about me. But I also like movie scores and video game scores as well. I think I have a really excellent taste. I assume you love planning your meals and grocery shopping for them. Actually, kind of, yeah. The older I get, the more I really enjoy cooking. I don't necessarily love the process of grocery shopping, but I do find a sense of satisfaction of like planning out my meals, just as far as like adding some variety. I just recently completed a Whole30 and I documented all that on my other channel, my personal channel. So if you're interested in that, I will leave a link for that on the screen as well as down below. My personal channel is always linked down below. But one thing that Whole30 really taught me was that I really like a wide variety of food and trying a wide variety of meals and not just eating the same things, because I kind of got into a habit just for ease of eating the same things every day before Whole30, and Whole30 made me switch it up, and I really like that. So I like going and getting new things at the grocery store and like trying new things and trying new vegetables and trying just new types of food and new sauces. And I'm getting more adventurous as I go on and trying and cooking new things, so I do really like that. You are okay with having an elevated opinion or expectations of others at the expense of future disappointment. Yeah. Like, I do hold people to a pretty high standard, and if they don't meet that standard, then, like, so be it. But as far as, like, friendships and, like, loyalty and stuff like that, like, yeah, I'm going to assume the best in you until you prove me wrong. You date Garrus, meaning Garrus Vicarian from Mass Effect. Fuck yeah, I would. Garrus is like an alien bird, but I love him. The thing is if I could find a person who had Garrus's personality, I would marry them. You are already getting designs back on your nails. Sort of. I'm dabbling a little bit, so I'm doing some chrome, and it's like an ombre glitter. So I got a new job, and they mentioned that the long nails, super long nails, were like, nah. But I'm testing the waters as I prove my competence in my role. I definitely think that designs will be fine. There's a guy that works as a social worker out in the field. I work on a hospital. I work on a floor. I work inpatient. And he's covered in tattoos. So if he can be covered in tattoos, I can have designs on my nails, in my opinion. So I'm slowly working my way back to not shock anybody, but designs are happening. You take all the renegade interrupts in Mass Effect. So if you haven't played the game Mass Effect, I'm already talking about it a lot in this video, thanks guys. But there are opportunities within the dialogue to interrupt based on a renegade approach, which is like a badass approach, or a paragon approach, which is like a good guy kind of approach. I fucking love the renegade interrupts. So I don't ever play full renegade, because if you play renegade fully, you're kind of a horrible person sometimes, and I can't be mean to my like squad mates, because you can even be mean to your squad mates and I can't. So I play Paragade mostly, leaning more Paragon, and the renegade interrupts though is always like, it's always satisfying. So typically speaking, yes, renegade interrupts all the way. I assume that you were Team Jacob back from the Twilight era. Not true. So I was not a big, like, I was impassioned about the ships of Twilight, but not in the way that I had like merch, or I fought with people online, or I wrote fanfiction or anything like that. I was just like a semi-normal Twilight fan that had an opinion about which boy I wanted her to end up with. I was Edward. Completely, always Edward. I had a soft spot for Jacob, and on rereads, because I did reread the books, on rereads I liked him more, and there were times when I'm like, ooh, I kind of like multi-shipped. Like, I'm always, you guys know, like, I do like a good love triangle. I will multi-ship, you know, that kind of thing. So I still, like, liked him, but, like, OTP was Bella and Edward. It was a big deal in my friend group. We had fights. Meeting subscribers outside of book events scares you. I hope this isn't true. It does not scare me. It doesn't tend to happen. It's happened once. I was at a local pizza place and a subscriber came up to me, and that was really cool, but I was also very surprised because I was like, I'm not ready, but it didn't scare me or anything. It doesn't, like, if anyone were to ever see me out anywhere, whether that's at a book event or in public, like, say hi to me. I would love to say hi to you, especially if you live locally and we can, like, hang out. Are you kidding me? Yes, please. If anyone lives locally, come find me and let's hang out. That's my dream. I assume you are an amazing human with an angsty soul. You are also a closet romantic. I'd like to think I'm an amazing human. I do think I have an angsty soul, though not as angsty as it could be. As I get older, I get a little more sensible. And romantic, I go back and forth. I feel like I used to be a bigger romantic than I am now. I'm a lot more realistic, but at the same time, I also have, like, I'm not completely against the idea of, like, romance and that kind of thing, but I think I'm more realistic about it and about what it looks like and about what your person is and how that's evolved over time, and what I want and what I consider romantic has evolved over time. So I don't think I'm considered like a classic hopeless romantic kind of thing, but I do have certain ideals still, as we all do, and certain ideas that are constantly evolving about love and relationships. Speaking of that, somebody assumed that I was bi and ace, and I've kind of talked about this a little bit, but I would say both of those labels do fit me at this point. Labels are really fluid, and I don't necessarily feel like all of them completely concrete fit me, so it's hard to be like, you know, but if I were to describe my sexuality to somebody, I would say bi ace, especially if somebody doesn't have a deep understanding of it. If somebody was a little bit more in the know, I'd probably say bi romantic gray ace. Because I'm still figuring stuff out. Because humans are fluid, man. I assume your hive from Twilight the Lightning would be the cousins. So in Twilight the Lightning, it's a adult science fiction series. People get to sort of almost pick their nation. So there's no longer nations in the way of like geographical borders, but people pick their kind of like nation-based ideals, sort of like Harry Potter houses, stuff like that, but a little bit more complex than that. I don't think that I would be cousins, although I do have a cousins type profession being a hospice social worker, but I think I would be more humanist. But at the same time, like, I'm conflicted because humanists like really value people like celebrity type, like they're striving for that, and I don't value that, but they do value ambition, and ambition is like one of my key core values. So I do feel like I would be most aligned with probably humanists. Sometimes I feel that way about the utopia though too, because space. But I feel like humanist is the most likely one. Those are harder because those are a little more, the highs are a little more vague. I feel like you are a ride or die friend. Yes, I value loyalty top value as far as relationships and friendships and stuff. So I am somebody that if you are someone that I consider a friend, I will move mountains. On a similar note, someone said you're easy to get along with, but if someone insults you or your loved ones, you become public enemy number one. Basically, like I don't tend to hold grudges, but I will hold a grudge against somebody for hurting someone that I love. Because I do have like a smaller group of like core people, so it's like if you go for that person, like I will murder you. I assume you are a secret softie. It depends on certain things. So I cry when watching media sometimes, or like a good commercial, you know. I have anxiety. That can make me a bit of a softie sometimes. Sometimes I care about like what people think, and it kind of depends. It really depends on like the area of life of that. So, and in certain ways I am, but I wouldn't necessarily consider myself like a true cinnamon roll, if that makes sense. Again, similar note with the friendship things. You choose to have a few great friends that you tell everything to, than a ton of friends that you don't get deep with. Absolutely. Absolutely. I deeply value my close friendships. These little like superfluous like acquaintance things where you only do certain things with people, or like a lot of times you have this in your like early 20s, late teens, where you're just hanging out with people because you happen to be in the same environment and you're usually going out and drinking and like that's all that you do. No. Absolutely not. I'm fine with friends where you do certain things with them, like you have your friend that you go shopping with, you have your friend that you eat out with, whatever. But like I value people that I can have genuine conversations with, that I deeply value being around, that I make them a better person, they make me a better person, that kind of like symbiotic relationship that you can only really have with deeper friendships. That is top notch to me. I don't care if I don't have a ton of friends. Really, like all I need is like 3 good, close, solid friends, and I'm happy. Witch? Question mark? Depends on how you look at it. I would say aesthetic witch, yes. Practicing which, as far as a religion, no. Although I've gotten close a lot of times to like setting up some kind of like altar or something. You know, like I really like a lot of things about the home. I like tarot and palm reading and a lot of that like new age stuff. I like crystals, although I haven't bought any yet, but like so close, man. And that kind of energy and stuff like that. So not Wiccan, but towing the line sometimes. You hate pop music and your least favorite color is orange. I wouldn't say that I hate pop music, but I only listen to it during certain times. I'm not a big person who listens to the radio or anything. If anything, I listen to like Spotify made for you playlists and stuff, which is not necessarily pop music, but I do like older nostalgic pop music, like early, late 2000s, even 90s pop, stuff like that. If I'm going like out, like if I'm gonna go and do something like party, I guess. So I very rarely listen to it because I very rarely party. And I do hate orange. How did you know I don't like orange? Orange, I do not wear orange. I do not want orange in my presence. I do not like orange. It's not a color I like. I assume you hate fast food. I don't know why, but I feel like you're a stay-at-home cooking person. I don't hate fast food, but I don't turn to it. I love going out to eat at sit-down restaurants. I do not, and even like fast casual, but I don't love like fast food, McDonald's, Taco Bell, stuff like that. I don't remember the last time I even ate fast food. When I moved, the day that I moved, I needed something desperately and got Taco Bell like 3 months ago. But before that, I don't remember the last fast food that I ate. It does takeout pizza count as fast food? Like that's the closest that I get to fast food, really. Like it's just not something that I'm drawn to. Like even if I wanted like a burger and fries, like I'd rather go to like a pub and get like a pub burger and fries, you know? You are a very caring person and your family and friends are the most important part of your life. I would say I'm a caring person. I'm in, you know, like the caring profession. But I can be kind of guarded with my emotions at times, but yes, my family and friends are the most important to me. Friends, sometimes even more than family, although the older that I get, the more close-knit I get with my family, and I especially love my, like, immediate family. But I'm not somebody, like, whenever I think of, like, a family-oriented person, I think of somebody that has, like, family love and, like, the art on the wall that has like family stuff and like family before everything, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I can be kind of individualistic in that way, but I still, like, it's very similar to, like, it's the friends thing where like I'm ride or die for like certain people in my life, but it's not overall like family before all, because sometimes family can be fucked up, man. So I can't go all the way that direction. You don't let anyone give you shit and you are quick to snap back if they step across the line. Pretty much. Like, my back will go up, like, fairly quickly if somebody is stepping out of their lane into my lane and is being an ass. So, yeah, and then I will, this is my softie coming out, and then I'll be like, oh shit, like, did I just cause a confrontation that I didn't want to have? But I'm much more likely to be like, back the fuck off me than, like, wait, which can be a problem sometimes. Not so much now. I mean, I'm a little bit better with, like, being hot-tempered than I used to be when I was younger, but yeah, like, I take no shit. And the last one is you had a scene phase. So if you guys remember scene culture with like the bangs and the emo, I did not have a scene aesthetic. I did not embrace that because it was so much. I had a lot of friends that embraced that, but I did listen to scene music. I was into Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, all of that. I went to Warped Tour. I was a skater kid during that, so like scene kid and skater kind of like overlapped, but I did a lot of like PacSun clothing back when PacSun did all the skater brands. Now they don't. If I go into PacSun now, I'm like, what is this? Because it doesn't look like it used to. But I did a lot of like surfer and skater brands. I wore like the big Vans, the chunky Vans, and you know, like the torn jeans. But then like the skater brand, Billabong, Volcom, Roxy, all of those brands I really liked. So that was sort of my scene, but it wasn't the scene with like the emo. I didn't have the eyeliner, I didn't do the nails, I didn't do the bracelets, I didn't do the bangs, I didn't do the messy hair, but I listened to scene music, for sure. And I still have a soft spot for it. Fall Out Boy, all that, like, warms my heart. So that is it for your assumptions about me. This was fun. So comment down below, let me know if any of these surprised you as far as the answers, or if you have any assumptions about me that you would like to see the answers to. Comment down below and let me know, and I'll talk to you about it down there. And I might do some of these again in the future, because these are fun. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.